Hi. Do you know or suspect that you're suffering from an addiction? Do friends and family keep telling you things about yourself that might make your blood boil or cause you emotional instability? Or are you aware in yourself that you have an addiction and you want help with it? I've experienced a number of addictions in my life, and I've used the experiences to understand the fundamental psychological causes and subsequent remedies. Just two examples from my personal experience are alcohol addiction and addiction to pornography. I've not consumed alcohol for over 10 years, and I've not used pornography for over a year now. What I learnt was that our behaviour isn't governed by what we think or how we see ourselves in our conscious minds. Nobody's ultimate behaviour is predominantly influenced by their conscious mind. One of the fundamental elements of personal and spiritual development, including overcoming addiction, is in understanding this fact. A person's behaviour and belief system is predominantly influenced by the subconscious mind. Now, your subconscious mind is not you. It is merely a database of memories that the conscious mind draws from in order to determine how to think or behave and what to believe in the moment. Your subconscious mind will always provide you with the most traumatic of memory in order to protect you from an environment that is inevitably changed. Now, understanding these facts provides the building blocks for true spiritual liberation and honest and congruent personal development. It enables you to see who you really are and who you present yourself to your environment as, and enables you to see more transparently what it is you'd like to address in yourself in order to become a better person and more akin to the true you, to who you truly are in your soul. Addiction stems from deep-rooted traumatic memories stored in your subconscious. This memory usually comes from childhood, and many people are not aware of or remember the memory in their conscious, which is why it's so difficult for people to identify, acknowledge, and subsequently address. You see, when you have an addiction, your mind will use excuses, and often seemingly tangible excuses, to justify your beliefs, which are formed by those deep-rooted traumatic memories that no longer serve you. These excuses, no matter how real they may seem to you in the moment, are just that, excuses. You see, that's the fundamental principle behind how addiction works. It assists you in believing in reasons for thinking the way it wants you to in order to fuel and make progressively more powerful its negative grip on you. It provides you with excuses and then convinces you that they are true and valid, when all along they are not true and not valid. They are just excuses, and it's normal in the basic human psyche to willingly embrace and believe in these excuses. When I was an alcoholic, for example, I used to hide alcohol around the house and in my car, and in my own mind I genuinely believed that this was perfectly reasonable and acceptable, and that what I was doing was nothing to hurt myself or those around me. It was neither reasonable nor acceptable, and I was absolutely hurting myself and those around me. And only when I stepped out of myself and observed my behaviour objectively, I was able to uncover the nature of the addiction and how it worked and how I could overcome it. And I overcame it. It's one of the significant parts of the process of spiritual growth to master and overcome these negative influences, in part initially by recognizing them as being false, to become a more whole and balanced and better person, and to clarify your perspective on the people around you and the world you live in, to make more harmonious, joyful, loving, and more synchronous your experience with everything and everyone around you. So, in essence, I get it. What you are or anybody else is experiencing is the normal basic human response. This is what we are programmed to do, and why it is such a liberating journey to ultimately free ourselves of the grips of habit and addictions and negative influence that hinders our path to better ourselves spiritually. I've discussed this in great detail in my book, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that anyone may have when you've picked up a copy using the link below. So thanks very much for listening, and I look forward to working with you if it is part of your path. Thank you.